right, guys, we are live. John Baxter Live, your host, John Baxter. Got an amazing show today. I am blown away. Make sure you hear all of this. We've got an NFL star on the show today talking about insider information, secrets on how people in the NFL have performed at high levels. We've got a special guest, Brian Holloway. So excited.
It's good to see you.
You look great.
Hey, well, look, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know, when we were playing in college, we always look for the best way to accelerate our performance, our health, our energy. And then when we went to the New England Patriots, it was the same way, bringing that. And every great athlete were deeply committed to health, to excellence, to improvement, to discovery, because it wasn't just what we did on the football field. It's what we did to re-energize, to regenerate, to restore, to heal faster and heal more completely. And so even though I've been away from the game for 30 years, I'm still in conversation with a lot of ball players who've asked me to help. I'm like their godfather. I was the vice president of the league, very, very seriously committed to the health of the ball players, particularly with the head injuries, and then being part of that transformation so that the ball players and their family understand that we can continue in this journey that is so much a part of our lives, which is being even healthier, being stronger, being more equipped, even after tremendous injuries. I mean, I've had 26 operations, as you well know, and I was sitting there with a dear friend of mine from Stanford. We've known each other for 45 years, and she was an outstanding homeopathic. She was always on the cutting edge, besides being a brilliant student and a brilliant leader. And I says, who do you know? I want to take to the next step. And now, you know, I'm 63 years old. You know, I told my kids, got 8 of them. I said, I'm going to live to be 150 so I can see what you look like when you're old.
Let's break down this journey, Brian. You know,
Sure.
The way that we met, of course, we started discussing it through a friend of a friend who got the message out to you, Pam, beautiful lady, amazing, intelligent, family, way up there, scientist, beyond science. And this journey, of course, hearing the story, you know, one of the facts that I heard Brian say is, and people maybe don't know this, but the amount of collisions during a football game is causing devastation later on in the lives of a lot of people. Can you talk about some of the things that over the years that you had issues with because of all the blunt traumas?
Sure.
You know, the average lineman, or how long does the average lineman live after an NFL career?
Well, when you're going into the NFL, you literally know you're walking in and you're going to take 10 years off your life. Okay, it is a big place, and walking across that line, you have to make a big decision early on because there is that tremendous cost. We never knew the amount of what that cost was. We know a lot more now because it's like 30 years later. But literally, you can go, and that's why I recall all the ball players to go get their brain and neuro testing done. Because in a game, a lineman, you know, you see the big explosive hits on the field. Yes, those are serious. But a lineman will hit a ball player with his head 3 times on each play. That's not unusual. So that's over 300 times a game. And over the week, they've hit each other in the head. And so 300 times during the game, and you figure 3,000 hits during the week getting prepared for the game. So multiply that over a season. Yes, a ball player will get over 1,000 concussions in his entire career, way over 1,000 concussions. That's a lot.
That's startling because all those NFL players, most of them started when they were kids.
Yeah.
It's just year after year after year of this abuse of doing the thing they love. On the flip side of that, the just the sheer damage and of cellular structure,
Yeah.
bones,
Yeah.
ligaments, and you had a knee operation as well.
Yep, knee operation, knee replacement, tore the ACL, uh, broke broke my right ankle, broke my left ankle, had operation there, a bilateral meniscectomies at Stanford, hand operations. I mean, that's part of it. And one of the things that I can was part of the style that I played was I never missed a play. In 7,000 snaps, I never missed a play. And and even with all those injuries, that's part of the constitution and the strength and the focus and the intensity uh, of my approach to the game and the frequency, the level that I was playing at. And I was doing stuff in terms of advanced healing back in the 70s and early 80s that people haven't even weren't tried and tested in the NFL, which were really, really valuable. Holy smokes! You know, the most advanced form of the acupuncture, some of the most advanced form of the ice baths and ice bath training and therapy, and then some of the most advanced forms. This doctor, he said, brought me in, and he took these tools out of his little kit, and he just massaged in a therapy all in my ear. It was the most astonishing. But I was big believer in the different ways you can activate things in your brain, in your body, a frequency to bring about an incredible healing and restoring and regeneration. So you can literally be your body feeling exhausted, and you can absolutely change that. And because of understanding you can have that type of resource available to you, then more life just shows up, you know, and then it affects how you prepare and how you think, and and then you understand why it's so important to be able to get even better sleep. That's why I love your med bed covers, bro, because I mean they're incredible. I know the most important part was the restoration to heal and sleep. That was incredibly helpful. It was incredibly helpful when you sit there and showed me, look, let's take some of that toxic energy out of your body, some of the frequencies, and you showed my hand, and I was like, what? And then I laid it on the medbed cover, and then there wasn't anything there. And I said, that's really great. That's really great. I said, tell me more. And then, Brian, you need to go outside and you take your shoes off and stand in the earth so you can decharge your body of the top. And I was like, yes, because I knew, I understand it. I got it. I said, Brian, you need to drink more of these teas. You drink them because I said, look, I want to be more hydrated. And he says, and I said, well, can I put a little sugar in them? He said, no, don't put sugar in them. And so it's been great being able to call you up and be able to ask and to just hyper alkaline the body, and then to be able to get outside and just regenerate and to move. And I like moving, I like exercise, I like working out, but there was other things I needed to add that are so essential to living a super high performance life at another level. And part of this is to bring a whole, like I said, a whole different frequency, a whole different quantum level, because, you know, there's a certain reality when you go out to the AMN clinic and they go out and check out your brain for any brain damage or anything going on. And he showed me I mean, they're the top in the country, bro. And then they showed me, I said, see, they showed me the front of my brain. I said, look, there's nothing going on there. There's nothing. I'm absolutely fine. I said, oh, that's just the first 2 pages. I said, well, there's more. It says, yeah. And then they showed me the back of my brain, and I didn't know what to say, bro. I said, that's from when your collision hits the front of your brain and your brain slams into the back of your skull. And there was a 40% damage that was done. And he says, we need to get you some treatment. We need to take a look at that. But what astonishes all of them, they said, we want to do a study with you. I said, why? Because you're the number one highest performing ball player that we've ever seen, because you've had this level of damage and you have access and awareness at such a high level despite the damage. And they said, Brian, tell me some of the things, teach me some of the things that you've done. And so part of it is always seeking new and more information about health and re-energizing. And so that's why I just raced to find out what you knew, I can understand. And, you know, I look back over the hours, we probably spent at least 100 hours on the phone talking back and forth. And the more I studied, the more I learned, the more I understood that there was, okay, let me bring the nutrition there. Let me bring another level lifestyle there. Let me get out and get decharged and get out in connection with the earth.